What's going on here? Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Just give us a minute to get everything sorted up in terms of the chat window, which is being weird for some reason. What's going on? Oop, and you're going to get a glimpse into everything sorted up in terms of glimpse into infinity, which we do not want at all. That's what I need. Pop out of chat. Thank you. Put that over there. And I'll just share this on the socials and Twitter, and then we'll get started on some rings. Close you. No, I can't. Whatever. Alrighty, there's that. Let's get started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to see you all once again for some rings. Whether or not anybody actually tunes in today is a different matter, because I've just realised I'm going head-to-head with probably the biggest UFC event in a little while, which annoys me, because you know I don't like Conor McGregor anymore. He's a cunt, in the opinion of this man. But it's wonderful to see you all again. Unfortunately, I am locked up at home because of a global pandemic. The plague has unfortunately struck again in Sydney, and we got the particularly spicy version from overseas, so everyone's got to stay home for a week. And unfortunately, this stops me from going home to see my girlfriend, but it does allow me to stay here in the new home of Gentlemen's Combatives, which I moved to like 6 months ago. In fact, it's occurred to me that it's been so long since I've streamed one of these. The last time I did one was at the old house I was, where I was living next to a crackhead. So thankfully that's not happening anymore. Now I live here. So we've got today the Rings event, which is 7th of the 16th, 1992. Looks like Willie Williams is in the main event, so I'm just going to hit play on that and wait for anybody to turn up. It has occurred to me that I probably should have announced this a little bit earlier. I'm just going to turn the volume down. And probably a little bit more. And probably a little bit more. Alrighty, that's actually listenable. So if you're wondering what I've been up to, instead of watching this garbage, I've been making kick pads and shin guards. So this is the latest set. I've adjusted my pattern. They've got nice thick sort of Muay Thai style foam in them. And so I was hoping to try these out quite soon when I decided to make them, which was a while ago. But then, of course, we have the global pandemic, so that's possibly not going to happen for at least another week. So it looks like we're going to have Akira Maeda versus Willie Williams as the main event. Oof. Actually, if I'm right, this is the latest event that was done by the guys over on the Kakutogi Road. Oops, sorry, just whacked my microphone there, so I hope you guys can all hear me. Yes, this was the last one that was done by the guys over on the Kakutogi Road, so I can't recommend those guys enough. The YouTube channel that you could follow for them is Apollo Swede, and what they do is they're going through every Rings, every UWFI, every PWFG event from 1991, like the birth of all those, through to, I think they're going through to like at least the start of the UFC and then beyond. Quite at the moment, they're up to, obviously, July 1992, which is an exciting time, because there are quite a lot more shoots in Rings than you would have thought. I don't know who that handsome devil was, and he is Andre Kopilov. Followers of the channel should recognize him, as I just recently did a highlight video of that man. Just gonna post this on the old YouTube as well. Not YouTube, the other one. That's what the man needs. Get rid of that. Share. Copy link. Post that on the old underground and the other places. So here we are, July 92, Rings Hayate. We've got Akira Maeda warming up his legs. Hold on. Alright, there's that one. And we'll put it in Kaktogi Road on this one as well. Given that this is an ad for them, kind of. Alrighty, that's everything. So we're going to have the delightful Rings theme now. Yearlord, hello, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Today I am streaming Rings, July 16th, 1992, Hayate. It's been an interesting event. We, of course, have Yamamoto versus Naruse as the opener, because that's always the opener for these guys. But it's a pleasure to see you. It has occurred to me that today is possibly not the best day to stream, seeing as it is the same day as UFC 264. But we'll live. And yes, I too love Naruse. There might be a highlight in the works for him. Might be. I've sort of thought about it a few times, haven't committed to it. But given that the channel schedule is free for the moment, I think I might do him. It's either him or a how to make kickpads video. One of the two. Probably need to set up macros or something in the stream to make it automatically say, hello, welcome to whoever's there. But just so you know that I know you're here, E-Lord, and I am pleased. It might just be you and me watching today. But if that's it, I don't give a shit. It's fine. It's more than fun. I'm actually quite happy just to watch this between me and you and whoever. Nobuaki Kakta, Seido Kaiken Master, Kyokushin Black Belt, guy who fought for way too long, hung around K1 for too long, got old, got enormously muscle-bound, and of course we have a wonderful highlight of him on the YouTube channel. So you should go watch that if you're not going to watch this. And I missed the name of his opponent, but he's... Oh no, this is Willy Peters, but that's not who Kakuta's fighting today. At least I don't think it is. Cheating Dutchman, the king of the cheating Dutchman, Willy Peters. I just love how 1990s the Rings theme is. His big old Mitsuyana guy. I never realized how tall Mitsuyana guy was, because he was always fighting like giant Dutchmen, or giant people like Hans Nyman and Andre Kopilov and that sort of thing, but it's actually quite large. Schreiber is indeed Dutch. It's sort of, you got a lot of competition there for cheating Dutchmen. You got the charcuterie guys, and then you've got the dolmen guys, and like Rene Roos might be king of the cheating Dutchman. Willy Peters might be king of the cheating Dutchman. Dirty Bob Schreiber, given that his name is Dirty Bob, might also be king of the cheating Dutchman. It's up for debate, and I have yet to commit to writing down the definitive tier list of cheating Dutchmen. Here's 1980s movie villain Dick Vrij, currently voluntarily in a Dutch prison, apparently, because he fears reprisals for some of his activities on the streets. In fact, of all the Dolmen guys from back then, I think Willy Peters is the only one who isn't like notable murderer Dick Vrij, indeed. I believe that Willy Peters is the only one who didn't end up like getting murdered in some sort of drug-related thing or go to prison. Because Tom von Morik was the first one. He got shot in his home by a pimp in a dispute over a woman. Hans Nyman got shot to death in a Golf. Herman Renting tried to drive a car bomb into a police station. Dick Vrij is in prison for murder, and also his like trial finished for murder, and he's like, you can go, and he's like, I don't want to go. They'll kill me out there. We've got Chris Dolman, who's fine. Didn't kill anybody. Apparently. Despite, you know, being the coach of all these murderers. I don't know who we've got here. Is that Sotia Gochev? No, it's some dude. I should have probably pulled up the fight card before this, you know, actually as a piece of research, but I didn't bother, so there you go. Because I may or may not have just crawled out of bed. Somebody missed their cue to walk out. Oh, there we go. Aha! Masashi Satake. K1 early star. Eventual pride fighter. Seto Kaiken practitioner. Seto Kaiken star, really. Like, he was one of the biggest guys over there. Excelled under that rule set, then got old and didn't do so well under actual kickboxing rules. Andre Kopilov! Of course, we've just finished a highlight of him, set to Zangief's theme from Street Fighter 4. I thought that kind of fit, even though he's more of a Russian sambist rather than a Russian wrestler. I still thought it all worked together. Fight cut. Not all the matches are worked today. I believe that Nobuaki Kakada is in a shoot, and I also think that Matsaki Satake is also in a shoot. Not 100% sure. If I'm remembering my cards correctly, that is the way things are. Oh, the other matches are also worked, but you know. Besides, don't tell Akira Maeda that. According to Akira Maeda, it's all real. And here we have one half of the main event. Willie Williams. Looking great. Looking excited as hell to be there. Having a great time. And here comes the star of the show. Noted absolute asshole, Akira Maeda. And yes, let us all thank God we are not sharing a locker room with Akira Maeda. Makes JBL look like a saint. Yeah, quite possibly, quite possibly he should be in prison. Alrighty. Yeah, did they just not announce Nobuaki Kakeda's opponent, or did I just not notice him walk out? But yeah, he's in the second fight, and I believe he's won his shoot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maeda is not a nice human being, and yet somehow he's was compelling enough to hold the rings up, basically through force of will alone, from 1991 to 2002, which is just weird. Like, you would have felt like somebody should have, gone, maybe get out of here, Maeda. Speaking of sick things that are happening, everybody should go watch Gleet. Gleet version 1. It'll be up on their YouTube once their deal with Samurai TV finishes, which I believe is the end of this week. And I watched it live. It was amazing. Like, all the UWF rules matches were incredible, and Takanori Ito versus Sho was essentially a religious experience for me. It is the best shoot style match I've seen that was made in the past 2 decades. Blows Bloodsport out of the water, in my opinion. Alright, here he is. Yoshihisi Yamamoto, looking young and got a little bit of puppy fat around his face. And here's Masayuki Naruse holding pads for noted arsehole Akira Maeda. Looking very unimpressed. Probably because he wants somebody to be holding pads for him and nobody will because he's a young boy. And here comes Yoshihisi Yamamoto wearing a cut-off t-shirt. With the rings and platinum on a tick on the back. That's an interesting shirt. Looking great in his red gear. Oh, of course he's wearing red, because he fights out of the red corner. It's very lazy, Maeda. And Masayuki Naruse, looking great. I think Nagai and Naruse would be the best pro wrestlers to come out of rings. Agreed? Because given that Kiyoshi Tamura was a UWF guy, no one else really had the same level of skill. Like, maybe Wataru Sakata, if you think about it and squint and are nice to him. But yeah, I do think Mitsuya Nagai and Naruse were definitely the guys who had the most success afterwards in terms of pro wrestling. Here he is, Yoshihisi Yamamoto. And a lot of the later rings guys, like Namakawa, Ryukyu Yama, although he's U-style, but, we'll still count him. They ended up being more... they ended up being sort of middling MMA fighters. Decent. Oh, and Daisuke Nakamura. Those guys went on to, like, decent MMA success, but were never, like, awesome in terms of pro wrestling. Although I have been watching U-Style, and U-Style is pretty great. So they were pretty good there, but not in terms of traditional pro. You forgot about Scudder. He was also in 0-1. I haven't watched the 0-1. Maybe you've got some on your drive. I'll have to have a look. Alrighty, here we go. Let's see what these two guys have to offer. Probing kicks to begin with. Nice body kicks from our man Yoshihisi Yamamoto. who, although being absolutely god-awful in all of his shoot matches except one, was actually quite a good shoot-style pro wrestler. Let's not lie to ourselves. Oh! I was going to say he nearly got countered there by Naruse. And he's trying to shin hold Naruse before transferring into ordinary old guard. Nearly looked like Naruse ended up on his back. Alrighty. Skipping out of the distance, putting in some low kicks and body kicks. There we are. Much nicer takedown this time. Ends up in top half guard. Drops back on the single leg crab. Kata Ashihigi, I believe. Oh, and gets the rope escape. I always liked Masayuki Naruse's early gear in rings. The blue shin guards with the black covering. Let's have a look. In the brief time I had Fight Pass, I watched Yamamoto versus Tadao Yasuda for 15 to 20 minutes. Yasuda clinched Yamamoto into the corner and Yamamoto did nothing. Yeah, he just seemed to take the wrong lesson from his fight with Hickson. Rather than thinking, if I'd have committed harder to that guillotine and maybe let go of the ropes, tried not to hold on to the ropes at the same time, maybe I could have finished it. No, instead he thought, you know what? The path to victory in shoot matches is evidently to hang out in the corner and do absolutely nothing for as long as possible and try not to lose. And that's unfortunately the career path of Yoshihisi Yamamoto, apart from a couple of select fights. And it was very bad. No, wait, it wasn't Yamamoto, it was Masashi Satake. Well, he had the same problem in his mixed fights. He'd stand up and just clinch because he was terrified of ground and pound. Just didn't like it happening, didn't want it to happen. It was a rough time. Nice body kicks from Yamamoto, nice low kicks from Naruse. Spinning crescent kick from Yamamoto, whiffs completely. Masaki Satake also had a fight like that up against Guy and Mezga. They just clinched for the entire time. Nice knees to the body kick. Oh, down! Yeah, come on, ref, get on with it. Tadao was in no hurry to take it to the ground. Satake had so many opportunities just to kick his head off. Well, he didn't, because he's boring and terrified of losing. Gotta accept that losing will happen sometimes in your mixed martial arts career. Otherwise, you just end up doing nothing. You've got to take risks. I didn't mention, it was a nice spinning back kick. Rolling Sobat and knees to the head there from Masayuki Naruse to start that down. Ooh, double kick. Alrighty, tick down. Naruse's gone to all fours. Attempted. Ooh, calf crusher here from our man Yoshihisi Yamamoto. Not super committed to the whole thing. His shin is too far down the back of Masayuki Naruse's calf to actually do the damage. If you want to separate someone's knee and properly do a calf slicer, you need to be all the way committed. Oh, Naruse's out of that one. Take the back. Oh, spinning around for a toe hold. Nice escape attempt. I was going to tell our man Yoshihisi Yamamoto to take the back, and he has. Eddie Bravo would later claim that as the truck and claim to have invented it. No. But yeah, Eddie Bravo, of course, has names for that. But there you are. Eddie Bravo, 10th Planet shit back in 1992 in a worked match. Nice Yastovich roll on that armbar too from our man Yoshihisi Yamamoto. By that I, of course, mean falling off the back, but getting the armbar at the same time. And putting your shin on the back of the person's head, forcing them to roll through. Rear naked here, and foot on the ropes for the escape. Knees to the body from Yamamoto, knees to the head from Yamamoto. Oh! Double arm suplex! Billy Robinson special into a Exorcist crank. That's pretty rad. I like it. You can also, yeah, you can do that one and shoot. It works as a move. Trying hard to get this neck crank. Not gonna happen though. Oh, get to the ropes, Naruse! Get to the ropes! Ah, there we go. Rope escape. And of course, this being early rings, 3 rope escapes count for 1 down. And I can't speak how highly... Ah! Kaiten Gary! Rolling Thunder! Awesome. But why would you start with that before Naruse's ready? Like, surely save that for like a knockdown. Kind of just a wasted move there. Apologies if you hear any background noise. I believe I've got everything set up to cancel it out, but you never know. Alrighty. Body kicks, body punches. Mr. Yearlord, are you still doing commissions for highlight videos? Ooh, double wrist lock attempt from Masayuki Naruse. Roll through of a knee bar attempt. But nicely done, Mr. Yamamoto. Peeling up under the arm to come out on top. Yearlord is indeed doing commissions for videos. If your rates are the same as they were last time, they are stupidly cheap. And anybody who stumbles across this video at a later time should commission that man either for a highlight video of your own stuff or of a particular fighter that you like. I guarantee he will produce something masterful. I'm trying to think of my favorite one of his, but none of them come to mind. I think I'm confusing you and that one guy with some of the ones that he's done. Daisuke Ikeda, you did a great one of him, I believe, with the gigantic gut sword. That was pretty rad. Low kicks, middle kicks here from the fellas. Ooh, Naruse wanted to spin there. Palm strikes from Naruse on Yoshihisi Yamamoto's head. Yearlord says it's cheap because I can't compete with you and IQ Wrestler. None can compete with IQ Wrestler. He has been doing this longer than any of us have. He was the primogenitor of this whole game. And despite being a man with the use of one hand at the best of times, he's an artiste. So if you can't get IQ Wrestler, get Yearlord. And I don't take commissions, so you have to do Mr. Yearlord. The only thing that you can commission from me is pro wrestling fucking gear, so buy some. Crescent kick knockdown! When did Yoshihisi Yamamoto get knocked down? I've been obviously not paying enough attention. Body kick. Knees to the body. Rolling knee bar. Nice rolling knee bar too. Very clean. I like that hooking the back of their head on the way through the rolling knee bar keeps the other person safe, and also it forces them into the roll, so you don't end up with that sort of awkward sideways roll that you can get sometimes when you commit for a rolling knee bar. Nicely timed body kick there. Completely shut down Naruse's movement. It's always interesting watching these shoot style matches between young boys because they are kind of trying to get one over on each other. They're sort of comedic. Oh, rolling armbar attempt from Naruse. They are trying to get one over on each other, get something that the other guy can't defend necessarily, but not too much. It's trying to ride that line. Nice palm strikes from Naruse. Oh, knees to the body. Double wrist lock attempt from Yamamoto. I hope Naruse busts out the crazy cyclone. I am not aware of Naruse's pro wrestling moveset outside of rings. I never really watched any of his stuff. So whether or not we see that move, I won't know that it is indeed the crazy cyclone, so you'll have to call it. Attempted flying armbar again from Naruse, ends up getting his back taken, and then another off the back armbar attempt from His finisher is just a wicked fast back shin chop across the face / neck. Ah, okay, yeah, he did that to Chris Hazeman in the light heavyweight tournament in 1997. That was how he finished him. So yeah, okay, I do know what that is. Neck scissors. Trying to take the back from side headlock. Very pro wrestling-y, that one. TK scissors. Calf slicer attempt again from Yoshihisi Yamamoto. This time he's in a better position. Like his shin, I don't think his shin is deep enough. You need your shin super deep, and you need their shin super deep. Both ways. Like you need knees to knees in order to get this to a finishable position. Rope escape. It's like, what the hell's the ref doing? Like, he's probably not committing super hard to it because he doesn't want to shoot injure his young boyfriend. Ah, Kite Gary again. Ooh, body kick. Another nice body kick. What are you doing, Naris? I think he was trying to jump into a rolling knee bar the other way. Gotch toe hold into normal ordinary old toe hold into straight ankle lock. Nice transitions of leg lock attacks there. Here's Yoshihisi Yamamoto using the John Danaher patented outside Sankaku control, outside triangle, which our man Naruse has peeled apart, going into a reverse toe hold, a Gotch style one. Oh, and then heel hook, caught the ropes, and that is the escape there. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, don't like the whole hype around John Danaher. Has coached a bunch of good athletes, but there's a lot of idiots out there going, is this 3 down rule or 5 down? 5 downs, I believe. I think this one, if we're to go by the previous events. Oh, rope escape. Oh, Dan the Wolfman! How's it going, Mr. Wolfman? It is a pleasure to have you on the stream. Welcome aboard. Of course, again, I've said this is possibly not the best day to stream, as we're going to have UFC 264 stealing away all my viewers, but that's fine. And indeed, there was almost a corkscrew lock, or as Fujiwara calls it in his tapes, a pillow arm lock, where he's under the head and then like does an Americana sort of hammerlock style in between his own legs. Nice palm strikes here, body kicks from Naruse. And Eli Easy, the Game Hunter, welcome aboard, man. Only 30 minutes late, but I'm here, and so is Dan the Wolfman. Indeed. So welcome aboard. I actually have an audience. It's not just me and Year Lord talking shit about rings the whole time. A pleasure to see you guys. It has been a while since I've done one of these. I've moved house, started a business of making pro wrestling gear. So Eli Easy, just to shamelessly promote to you, if ever you find yourself in the market for some new kick pads or some new knee pads, I happen to make them, and they're things that I would be happy shooting in, so that speaks to their quality. Also, I charge way less than High Spots, and will actually make them to order, so there you go. And you'll get mates rates. Oh, we're down to the last minute, it seems. Referee says stand up. And as expected by early matchmaking in rings, nice palm strikes, Naruse. Commit to them. Fuck him up. We're probably going to go to the time limit with these two guys here. Oh, single leg crab. Yep, turned all the way over into the crab. Escape from Naruse. Did he even grab the ropes, or was it just obvious that he was going for them and then crawled under? Eli, have you caught the GLEAT UWF rules matches? I have. Takanori Ito versus Sho was a religious experience. It was incredible. I was so happy to see it. It's the best shoot style match of the past 20 years, hands down. There we go. Time limit has been reached, and your winner, I believe, courtesy of all the rope escapes, will be Yoshihisa Yamamoto. Oh, apparently it's a draw, because apparently they both got 2 downs. Oh, there you go. But yeah, if anybody wants to talk about Galit in the comments, feel free to, because that was amazing. In fact, Dan the Wolfman, I believe you should go watch that. If ever you're going to end up on a hard hit show in Japan again, take inspiration. And Eli Easy the Game Hunter, I'm glad Shoot Style is coming back and it's something different. So am I. Yes, Dan the Wolfman was on one hard hit event up against Keiichiro Yamamiya. I believe I watched that match. I think that was hard hit. But yeah, so GLEAT, G-L-E-A-T, all capitals, is a new promotion out of Japan. They have Kaz Hayashi, who was in WCW and WWF for a little while, and they have Kiyoshi Tamura as like the head coach of their UWF pro wrestlers. They've got guys like they've got Masakatsu Funaki, they've got Yu Iizuka from Heat Up, otherwise known as the Volk Kid. They've got Minoru Tanaka, they've got Takanori Ito, Sama Watanabe, and I'm trying to remember the guy's name. Takada Dojo guy. Not Donjon Suke Mishimasu, the other one. Daijiro Matsui. Yeah, they got great. It's excellent. You should definitely go watch it. Alright, next match. We have Square Chonk Boy of Karate. And yeah, it is stiff shoot style. The match between Ito and Sho, they are just beating the absolute piss out of each other. It's so good. And he's taking on, I don't know this guy's name, I should look it up very quickly. But he's a Rings young boy, I believe. We're going to use the power of Patreon. And indeed, that's the one. Yukihiro Takanami. So yeah, the man Yukihiro Takanami is facing up against Nobuaki Kakada in some very nice bodybuilding trunks. The match between Kaz and Sato was super quick at the V1 show, and nobody helped Kaz to the back. Yeah, that was really weird. Like, it's the opening match. I'm thinking, Kaz Hayashi, you know, he's a big name in this. He'll probably go for a little while. And they just smack down, choke, match over in 30 seconds. That UWF version 0 was a bit weird, honestly. Like, not... Yu Iizuka's match wasn't super great. It was very grappling heavy. Didn't seem very intense. The Kaz Hayashi one was over too quickly. Daijiro Matsui's match was shite. It was just him just hugging the other dude for the entire time. It wasn't super great. And then, thankfully, it was saved at the end there by... Kaz's new gimmick is getting destroyed in the UWF rules matches, and it's over. Oh, fair enough. If that's his gimmick, that's acceptable. But it was saved at the end there by Ryo Karamura versus Takanori Ito. That was a great match. So watch that one too. Leadet UWF 1 or UWF version 0 or whatever. It's all on the GLEAT channel. Go watch it. It's super great. Yeah, I was pissed because I paid $20 to watch it and they put it on YouTube. Unlucky, bro. Alrighty. So yes, Takanami looking very excited to be there. Very non-committal point in the middle of the ring. Now they took the show down for a little bit while Samurai TV gets their pieces of GLEAT pie. Indeed, so we'll have to... conveniently, I got the YouTube downloader on that shit straight away. Because I knew... like, I had a feeling that it might disappear. Alrighty. There we go. That's some genuine intensity from Nobuaki Kakada. Both these guys in Gold's Gym or World's Gym trunks. Get some custom gear, guys. Come on. Low kicks from Kakada. Charging palm strikes from Takanami. Body punches. Very non-committal body punches. Oh! Yes! The kicks from Kakada. All day. I don't know why he bothered ki-ing on that one. It was just a little baby tap to the leg and he's just like, yep, just gonna ki anyway. It's what I do. And Kakada is pretty great. It's a shame he didn't hang around rings for much longer than, I think 1993 was his last match. Like, he had a great sort of year to 18 months, and then he just went, yep, I'm off to K1 now. Probably they were paying him better, but still, would have been cool. Koshiguruma, very lazy headlock takedown. Like, if Kakada committed super hard to rolling up, he could probably get out of this. Pro Wrestling headlock attempt from Takanami here, trying to finish, just crank Kakada's head off. And yeah, K1 definitely did have decent money there. Oh, nice sweep there from Kakada, stands all the way up. Strong bridge. Christopher Kroll. Kiyoshi Tamura was my favorite shoot wrestler. The guy was smooth. He could beat your ass in a legit fight also. Indeed. Unfortunately, we are well ahead of the arrival of Kiyoshi Tamura here to rings. He doesn't turn up until 1996. But we will see some good stuff today anyway. Another bad Koshiguruma. The takedown defense of Nobuaki Kakada is lacking significantly. Shame he never turned up to Daido Juku events. Because I reckon that would have been pretty rad. High kick from Kakada. Palm strikes. Kaitengeri from Kakada. Up against the guy who wants to take you to the ground. Very smart. Love seeing Tamura in GLEAT. He really faded out after Dream, and I have no idea why. Got old, I think. He just kind of didn't want to do it anymore. He showed up a couple of times in Gunryu Jima. Won one match with a heel hook, and then got KO'd in another one. And it was very obvious that he was old as shit. So I think, given that he's had a career from, 1989 through to 2000 and... What were they... Those events, they were 2014, 2015. That is a long-ass career. It's 25 years of combat sports. It's about time to stop. Yes, of course, we've got rounds, because this is a Seido Kaiken sort of cross rings match, and they have rounds for some reason. Having a chat to his corner. Getting whispered karate secrets in his ear. Naruse's just out of the ring already. Couldn't be asked hanging around. Low kicks, palm strikes. Oh, hard low kicks, hard inside low kicks, and a down off inside low kicks. Just booted the crotch out of Takanami there. Probably got him in the femoral nerve if his leg went that weirdly deep. Like, if you kick someone in that sort of little triangle pocket thing at the top of your crutch, it hurts like a motherfucker and you'll drop. Same as getting hit in the sciatic nerve. Oh, a little bit of argy-bargy between the guys on the ring out there. This is why you need a foot around. This is why you need an extra apron around the rings. Nice low kicks. Oh, just boots the leg out from underneath him and palm strikes him as well. Takanami drops down. Just getting the shit smacked out of him by Kakada here. There is indeed Vulcan on this card. Another low kick. Just boots his leg all the way out, and he is done. Your winner, Nobuaki Kakeda. Yes, I believe we have Vulcan versus Andre Kopilov. And I think this is Andre Kopilov's debut? Or did he debut against Akira Maeda back in the day? Whatever, but it's Vulcan versus Andre Kopilov. So that's going to be great. It's going to be those guys tying each other in knots. I'm not sure if I used much of that match in my highlight. Who knows? He does not look comfortable on that leg. There we are. Match over. Your winner by leg destruction is Nobuaki Kakeda. Don't make him walk around. His leg's all fucked up. I'm trying to crank on that headlock, but not getting anywhere. Finally saw his retirement match, even though it was in clips. The Vulcan versus Masakatsu Funaki one. Once again, another reason why Akira Maeda should be in jail, because he doesn't release that whole match. He doesn't want the world to see it. Apparently it's pretty great, and like a lot of fun stuff happens, but just doesn't want to put it out in the world for no good reason. Same reason there isn't like a modern DVD release for all of Rings and that sort of thing. Although I imagine the rights for the Rings events would be hard to organise. Although he just posts them up on his YouTube with his commentary every now and then. So it's just, Maeda, what are you doing with your life? Alrighty, here we go. Willy Peters versus Mitsuyana Guy. Peters in one of those great Rings tracksuits. What even happened to his outsider promotion? There has been an update in 3 years. Pancras, I think. They got Kintaro. They got a lot of like the best outsider guys. Sort of plundered them for talent, and then since then they've sort of gone elsewhere. So maybe he's just stopped running it. Maybe running promotions is too hard. It doesn't look exactly like the easiest thing to do in the world. Shit. Alright, here we go. Tall boy Nagai versus cheating Dutchman Willy Peters. Will this descend into nonsense, as many of Willy Peters' matches have? Eli Easy, the Game Hunter. I actually have a pair of outsider gloves. Try to get some of that deep gloves. You can buy them off SPWN during the pay-per-view. Well, that's pretty rad. The deep gloves have like the deep logo on the back, don't they? With the fire going around it. Which is pretty rad, yeah. Most comfortable pair of gloves I've ever worn were on Urban Fight Night against Daniel Kazum. They were really nice. And since then I haven't like worn a pair that have compared in terms of comfort. And I tried to get them, and apparently Suman sold all of them after the event. Because everybody wanted a set. Speaking of competition, as of hopefully in August, I am making my return to active competition in the South Coast Open. I'll be doing the grappling, no-gi grappling, and the pancration, so that'll be fun. My friend Nao Yonida was going for the welterweight title and he got kicked straight in the nuts. Sometimes these things happen in MMA. Every now and then you get kicked super hard in the testicles. Mitsuya Nagai, looking tall and strong, looking in great shape. Looks great as like an old, angry, bald man as well. It works for him. And Willy Peters looking like a cheating shitheel that he is. So did the fight get called off as a no contest? Or did the other guy get DQ'd? What happened? in terms of the nut kicking. Front kick from Nagai to open. Now this might be shoot as well, because Nagai wasn't adverse to having them, and Willy Peters was a enormous dick, but it also might be work. Just depends how much of this stuff we see, how much clinching up against the ropes, and how much cheating Willy Peters does. What are you doing, Peters? Like, trying to skip into knees and being a jerk. Nice body kick from Nagai there. Ironbox, are you going to film your competition coming up? I will do my best to. I have a little tripod, so I'll set it up, or if I can make friends. Ooh, rolling knee bar attempt from Mitsuyana Nagai. Yeah, so I'll be doing my best to make a random friend who I can get to film my matches. And if not, I'll just set it up on the tripod. The other guy got a TKO. I'm guessing to keep the belt on him because now I've got a rematch for September. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I mean, if they'd have done no contest, he would have kept the belt anyway. Ah! Jump spinning crescent kick from Mitsuyana Nagai. That was fucking rad. Inside low from the guy. Like, it didn't land, but it still was cool as heck. Low kicks. Palm strikes, low kicks, front kicks from the guy. This is looking nice. Feint there from those fucking belly-to-belly suplexes. Willy Peters did have a great one in his early rings career. I was going to say this was feeling kind of shoot, but with that and the jump spinning back kick, I am inclined to believe that this is a work. Which, of course, makes me differ from Michael Betts and the guys at the Kakatogi Road. They were the opinion that this one might have been shoot. But that is the thing about shoot style. No one's going to tell you. You ever come to the States on the USA Pancras events? I've seen a single event, and apparently they are on Roku. So that's an interesting thing. So I'm going to distract myself from the fight here by going on a random tangent about the USA Pancras. So what has happened is a promoter by the name of Eric Ninehouse has bought the trademark for Pancras in the United States because apparently, given that they're a Japanese company doing stuff in Japan, Pancras didn't buy the trademark out in the US. Now, I understand that usually trademarks are, like respected between the countries, but apparently this isn't the case in this one. And Eric has been running a couple of events. I've seen no video of them, but I have seen photographs. They were events. They did happen. There was also a documentary with a bunch of interviews that, as far as I can tell, was filmed. It just hasn't been edited and put out. It was supposed to come out in April of this year, and we are currently up to June. My friend William Colosimo was involved in that, but he gave Eric some information and the contact numbers, but has since sort of asked to not be associated with it. And looking further, Eric has had some previous endeavors that have been questionably successful. There was a Glow event that apparently sold 19 tickets, and there was a Warriors 20th anniversary sort of show that apparently a lot of the keynote speakers were missing or didn't turn up or weren't paid. A lot of the stuff that people have paid extra money for didn't show up. And apparently a few of the guys who have bought some of Eric's new Pancras, pre-ordered some of the new Pancras merch, have been waiting on that stuff for months with no update and no positive reply. So those Pancras events, I don't know. I would like them to be a success. I like that there is that old style of rules show happening. I know that Guy Mezger was involved a little bit. Jody Malenko was involved as well. And it would be nice if they were successful and those guys had a success there, but I'm not sure if that Eric is the right guy to do that, because based on the previous outcomes of things. Who knows, though? It's weird. I've looked into it as far as I can on the other side of the world and with internet rumor, but beyond that, that's what I can say. High kick and a down. Yeah, nice kick from the guy. He had some flexible legs. But yeah, I find the whole thing moderately confusing and depressing. There you go. And so if those events end up turning out to be a success and continue happening, hell yeah, I'd love to compete under that rule set. But whether or not that continues to happen, I don't know. The whole thing is on shaky ground. I hope they are legit because I want to go to a seminar and maybe even a trial. Yeah, I also hope they are legit, but whether or not they are is is up for debate. I believe I've done my best to avoid libel there. If not, we're just going to put a giant pair of quotation marks around everything I just said, and then say allegedly. But yeah, I believe I've said everything that is like confirmed to have happened via the internet, rather than the people. People have been very hot about these things. Been very upset because people have significant passion for older fandoms like the Warriors fandom and the old Glow fandom. They had significant passion for what they were doing, and so I understand that the events did not go to plan and were not 100% as advertised. Whether or not they were as bad as some people have said, that remains to be seen. Yearlord, I would give my left cojones to wrestle Hikari Sato. He'd beat the shit out of me. It would be cool. Speaking of cool, so I've been doing some pro wrestling training since last October. It's been mostly traditional pro wrestling training, but I got to do some UWF style stuff a couple of weeks ago, and that was so fun. And sort of reminded me why I got into the whole thing. And the dream, the pie in the sky dream, is that I would... Oh, Willy Peters went to the wrong corner there. Maybe still wobbly from that high kick. The pie in the sky dream is that I would run a shoot-style event in Australia. Although the only other person... Oh, there's 2 or 3. Is Punch Drunk History, Sam Osborne. Both of those guys were trained by Yuki Ishikawa. And then there's Jake Andrawatha, who is a judo Olympian for Australia. So that's 3 people on a card. I just need, another, 16? Per the events, they were like dual events. They had the Pancras as the pre-show, and the main show was the Inoki Sport Lucha Company. Interesting. Very odd. Yeah, the whole thing's just weird. But yeah, so I would run Alistair Fleming's shitty Australian UWF event. Hopefully, one day, maybe. Depends how much money I get back on my tax this year. Takedown from Willy Peters. Forearm crush on Mitsuyana guy's throat. Crank on the back of the neck. This is more Willy Peters shit. Rope escape? No? Mitsuyana guy's just fine. He's just sitting out there just being like, yeah, whatever, burn your arms out. I don't give a shit. Break manages to get a rope break out of it rather than getting the escape just by hanging out in the crank. Good work, Mitsuyana guy. I like Willy Peters' wrestling singlet with the pink sections. Looks pretty rad. Headlock takedown from Peters. Frames from Mitsuya Nagai. Mitsuya Nagai going for the TK scissors, getting his leg involved. Will he be able to escape? He needs to hook his leg in. Oh, going for the armbar straight out of the thing, but Willy Peters pulls free. Ring naked choke. Rope escape? Or was that a break? I feel like that should have been a rope escape. Apparently not. That's a bit weird. Referee not paying attention today, apparently. Oh, nice, nicely timed cut kick from Mitsuyana knocks Willy Peters off his feet. A lovable scamp Willy Peters we've got today, rather than cheating prick. And he would vary between the two. Some matches he'd just sort of be slightly heelish, and then other matches he'd full on cheating, just dangling onto the ropes, working those knees into the side there. Oh, nice! Standing head arm suplex. That was rad as shit. Pulling up on the collar of our man Mitsuyana. Just going to check something, ladies and gentlemen. See that we're still going. Pro wrestling headlock from Mitsuyana, and that's the end of the round. What a good way to finish off the round there. Apparently we're still going. Excellent. Just double checking that we were still online, ladies and gentlemen. Didn't want to be talking to the void. Eli Easy, the Game Hunter. Can't wait for Japan to open up so I can go back. Same, bro. Hopefully by the time I have made my pro wrestling debut, I can put together a decent enough tape to send to the GLEAT guys. Because apparently they were looking for talent. Whether or not they would accept random dudes from Australia is a different matter. Alrighty, next round. Willy Peters stretching out his arms here. Fight. Spinning hook kick. Slow as molasses. Body kick from Nagai. Body kick back from Peters. Never heard email. Indeed, they have just a post on their Twitter, which is just, we are looking for guys to train with Tamara to become GLEAT fighters. Send us an email and like a resume. But it requires a Japanese working visa, which is not something that I currently have and probably cannot obtain while we are in the times of global plague. All right, we got Willy Peters working a butt drag here, round onto wrist ride, wrestling wrist ride, pulling up on that arm like a hammerlock, working a giant lever takeover. All that shit that people are like, oh, look at this new school stuff that you never saw before. Just because you never saw it in the UFC before doesn't mean it didn't happen. Working that Khabib ride. Oh, nice palm strike there from Willy Peters, just straight down the pipe. Grabbing hold of a body lock here. Double overhooks from Mitsuyana. Oh, went for the arm spin there. Just slipped off the sweaty pythons of Willy Peters. Takedown attempt there from Nagai. There's the Game Hunter. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Getting to Japan is easy, but to get a working visa, I think you have to be in Japan. Well, yeah, the getting to Japan bit is currently not an option. I am working on my Japanese skills, although I'm not sure if doing one Duolingo lesson a night counts. Kite Gary! I'm a huge mark for Kite Gary's. And a stomp from Willy Peters. Red card, ref, come on. Oh no, he just calls a break there. So there we are. We've elevated from lovable scamp to cheating judgment. Oh, and a big Koshiguruma. Lovely hip wheel from a neck wheel, sorry, from our man Willy Peters. Koshiguruma? Kataguruma. Koshiguruma is fireman's carry. Kataguruma is neck wheel, and then Teguruma is hand wheel. I can't remember my judo. I haven't done it for nearly 2 years now. Oh no, nearly a year now. Sorry, time has become meaningless. Ah, dragon screw! Sick. Single leg crab. Dives over too hard. Tries to insert, and we're going to get the rope break, but that was pretty sick. Got some fun stuff happening in this match here between Willy Peters and Mitsuyana. And the guys are, as usual, beating the shit out of each other, which is lovely to see in rings. Front kick, and then we have the end of the round. So I think this is a 5-round match. So that was round number 3. Got 2 left. Or was that round number 4? I can't count, and I'm not paying attention. Inadequate attention, anyway. Yamamoto in the corner of Naruse there, holding up the spit tube. Some random Dutchman in the corner of Willy Peters. Alrighty, let's see what these guys have. Palm strikes, low kicks, middle kicks. Standing clinch here. Both these guys sort of over-under. Over one side, under the other side. Oh, goes for that standing suplex again, but he's running out of gas. Manages to finish the rollover, but manages to get it. Well done, Willy Peters. Now to the freaky mount. North-south. Only briefly and not a completed freaky mount. See what these fellas have to do from here. Trying to peel apart the grips of Mitsuyana. Nagai S-gripping his hands together. If he were an amateur wrestler, I'd be saying, oh, he's trying to set up the funk roll here, but that is not what is happening at all. Trying to commit to the knee bar, pull our man Willy Peters over the top. Trying to commit to the toe hold here, rolling through. Change it up, and rope break because they are stuck under the ropes. Got to move faster than the guy. Both our guys getting a bit gassy here. Coming for you, Willy Peters gets the pushover / slip there, but falls into the clinch where he keeps getting taken down. This is not what you wanted to do, Nagai. See, and he gets Haraigoshi. See, I know the name of that one because he lifted the leg. Trying to frame away on Willy Peters' face. Willy Peters setting up the bread cutter choke, which he used to finish Nawaki Kakata not long ago. Rope escape. Referee really asleep there. Like our man Mitsuya Nagai had to grab onto the ropes 4 times for him to notice what was happening. Low kicks, middle kicks from Nagai, body punches from Willy Peters. That's part of the issue of training in shoot style. You commit super hard to the kicks, and they are hard to keep doing. Whereas if you committed more body punches, you could gas out the other guy at the same time. Front face lock here from Willy Peters, working for the no-arm guillotine. Yes. Now going for the T-Rex 10-finger guillotine. Whether or not he's going to do it correctly. Oh, rope escape. And down 1, at least in this round. I believe Mitsuya Nagai got it down earlier in the match. Take the time to breathe, Nagai. Just relax. Chill out. Just chasing the man down. Knees to the body. Break. See, that's the problem, Nagai. You're gassed. Don't charge at the guy full speed if you are gassed out. Relax, take the time to breathe, and that is end of the match. And our man with the most rope escapes and most downs was Willy Peters. So there we go. Lovable scamp Willy Peters. Not noted murderer, not noted drug dealer, didn't get shot to death. The only, the last Dolman guy left alive. He just wants to breathe, Willy Peters. Leave him alone. Look at that sick spin crescent kick. Lovely suplex from Peters. Nice high kick from the guy. Big suplex from the guy too. Front face lock from Peters. Pretty good match. Good bit of fun. What we might do, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm going to change this from minimal interface to the other one. I'm going to skip ahead to Vulcan versus our man Andre Kopilov, and then that's where we will call this event, I think. Kickboxing. There we are. Alrighty, back to minimal interface, please. Alrighty, so we're gonna watch this. This will be our last one, and that is where I will call this event. So I hope you guys are ready for some sick Sambo nonsense between Vulcan and Andre Kopilov. I've skipped a kickboxing match with Masaki Satake and a Dolman match, but as legit as Dolman was, he wasn't very good at pro wrestling. Starting off striking between these two guys. And the young, in shape, Andre Kopilov. Looking like the dad who lifts rather than just a dad. Oh, big single leg dump from Vulcan straight into a calf crush. Kadashi Higi. And the crowd going apeshit for it already. Kopilov bridging to stay out of it. Oh, God. Oh, is he going to get out? He's out. Spins into a knee bar attempt of his own, going into a knee slicer, modified calf crusher using the arms. Vulcan trying to separate the arms out here. Guys immediately tying each other in knots. This is what you want to see between these two. Vulcan trying to escape. Oh, goes to the knee bar. Andre Kopilov. And there we are. Rope escape. I like Vulcan's wrestling gear. It's got a little Soviet star in one of the wings on his kick pads. That's pretty rad. And the champion, baby blue and white tights. A classic look for a more civilized age. I have baby blue spandex here somewhere to make a set of that. I just have not got round to it yet. Nice, not Taitoshi? Sacrifice throw from Andre Kopilov into an armbar attempt. That one was sort of a staple of his. Oh, uses a back take into a leg lock fight. Wonder how much of this Vulcan was able to do when rings went legit low. Not as much. His fight style completely changed from. What is this? Dueling leg locks here, literally calf crushing each other and splitting each other at the same time. Vulcan's fight style changed from insane leg lock nonsense and crescent kicks to bus driver uppercuts and fairly standard guard work. But he was still pretty good. He beat Brad Kohler, I believe. A couple of guys in shoot matches. Not a huge amount of them, but enough to like still be a legit guy. And bear in mind, he was old as shit at that point. He was like 45. Or even not, if not 45, just still old. Same with Andre Kopilov. Already balding here. Cross heel holds. I'm loving these leg lock fights. They're just nonsense, but it's cool. Cross heel hold from Andre Kopilov. Bill! Hello, Bill Colosimo. Speak of the devil 20 minutes ago, and he shall appear. Good to see you here watching some rings. You've tuned in for the last match. Dueling cross heel holds here from Kopilov and Vulcan. That's rad. And they're going to roll out of the ring. That's alright. You've still got enough here. You've still got probably 20 more minutes of Kopilov versus Han, and that's going to be good enough for anybody. We were talking about your acquaintance Eric Ninehouse and his Pancras events earlier. So I did my best to avoid libel with that one. I believe I spoke only the facts, but if you want to tell anybody about that shit, you can. Elias the Game Hunter, I really want a Rings Russia jacket. Everybody does. Volk Kid had one in the Delete event, and I saw that, and that popped me. I was like, oh, that's so rad. Legs tied in knots here from the two fellas. Shoot figure 4 attempt from Volk and Andre Kopilov. Going to the knee slicer. Both of them going to the knee slicer. This is good. This is some good pro wrestling storytelling. Both guys are submission masters, and it's Volk putting Andre on the same level as him by them trading the same hold at the same time. And both these are holds that have finished fights before, so that's good shit from these two fellas. Volk had a good understanding of pro wrestling storytelling, in my opinion. Which is part of the reason why he is one of the guys. Both guys turned over to put extra crank on it. Ref, stand him up. You're not going to get anything out of that. Oh, calf slicer from Volk. Oh, underarm knee bar from and toe hole attempts. Crap, we're going to miss Satake versus Dolman. Great event stream all the same. It wasn't Satake versus Dolman. It was Dolman versus some guy from Russia, I believe. And Satake versus Peter Ole. But neither of those events were super great. So we're just going to do this one. And then we're not going to watch Akira Maeda versus Willie Williams because that's a hunk of shite. But we'll call the stream there before my voice goes to shit. Break. And now they can't get Now they can't get undone. This is something you'd see in World of Sport. He's trying to pull himself out by the ropes. That's ridiculous. That's great. I might steal that. That's a great spot. Awesome, awesome stuff from these two guys. Alright, here we go. Willie Williams is a great character. He's got a great look, and his match with Antonio Inoki is pretty great, and his Kyokushin karate stuff's pretty awesome too. But he's getting on at this point, and Akira Maeda was getting on at this point, and it doesn't make for good matches. Oh, stand up clinch here, over under clinch, Lancashire style. Oh, Vulcan going for his hammerlock. Oh, hammerlock and guillotine at the same time with the other arm tied up. Oh, that's so rad. I definitely got to steal how to get into that one. That thing is too cool. Low kick, body punch back from Vulcan. Definitely not holding back on each other. Big overhand slap from Andre Kopilov. Oh, wrist locks. Vulcan nonsense turns into that. Dumps down. Oh, shoves down the face. Pro wrestling headlock. Yes! Rope escape. Love it. Love it. This is so good. Spinning chop, body kicks, low kicks, body punch, down. Yes. Volk taking over in this match now. Let's see if Andre can get a comeback. Oh, spin, fake spin from Volk. Low kick, body punches, knees to the guts, rolling over from... I actually won a tournament with that, like a pro wrestling side-style headlock, as did I. The ISCA Australian Open last November. You can watch that on my YouTube channel. It was one match, the tournament. The blue and purple division got folded in together, and so I'm the blue belt, the other guy was purple belt. He shoots in for a takedown. I just slap on a pro wrestling head look and submit the guy. Because I just crank the absolute shit out of it before he's ready for anything to happen. People who say you need to commit to the back and get your hooks in before you choke are cowards. Or are you talking about the hammerlock headlock? Oh, cross heel hold from Kopilov here. But yeah, I was excited about grappling again, but I'm not sure if it's going to happen because that was set for 13th of August, maybe. I think so. I think that was the date. Anyway, yeah, things were doing very well in Australia with the Rona. There, we didn't have to worry. There were events. Basically, we were back at the point where life was normal, and then somebody came from overseas with the bad kind, the one that goes very quickly, and then that got transferred to a hotel quarantine worker, and that person went and worked in Bondi, and then all the rich people didn't obey the rules and kept going out places and got their haircut and that sort of thing, and now everybody's fucking got it. And so we are slowing down again, which is very unfortunate. Oh, scissors takedown into a leg lock fight again. Look at these guys just doing nonsense with each other's legs, just grabbing them and wrapping them up. Might be coming to Australia next year, don't know yet. Well, fuck yeah. If you do, send me a message, because you'll come into Sydney International Airport, and that is where I live currently. Not in the airport, but, in Sydney. So we can hang out and do stuff. I haven't been out in ages. I know some dudes who do wrestling shows, so I might be able to get you booked. Might be able to. I don't know them that well. Back into the nonsense leg lock fights here. Calf crush attempt from Andre Kopilov, and Volk's trying to counter that with a bicep slicer. Peeling apart the legs of Kopilov, now folding Kopilov's legs together. I don't even think Volk knows what he's doing at this point. He just ties stuff up and makes it look painful, and then he just commits to cranking on something. I think it works for him. Alright, round to side control, inserting the legs. Ooh, oh! Rolls through, and beat to it by Andre Kopilov. Rolls through before Volk can commit to that rolling sort of reverse omoplata doohickey that he and Kopilov both do. We shall see. I still don't know where they station the US military in Australia. Neither do I. You might be in fucking Singleton, which would be shit. That's in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. Mind you, everywhere in Australia that isn't Sydney or one of the major cities is buttfuck nowhere. So enjoy that. But I'll do my best to come see you, dude. Alrighty. Leg lock attack from Vulcan. Single leg crab turning over Andre Kopilov. Kopilov getting these. Escaping from the single leg crab, entering into his own. Oh, cross heel hold attempts. Back to the cross heel hold, these fellas. Playing the hits. Rolling towards freedom. Back out of the ring, I think. Break. Alrighty, fella. Now they got to untie themselves. That spot earlier where they both tied each other up in figure four leg locks and then couldn't get out until the referee peeled them apart was pretty great. Something you'd see in World of Sport, but here it makes sense and the crowd was super into it. Trade low kicks. Oh, standing switch by Vulcan. That's pretty rad. Dan the Wolfman can tell me if my wrestling terminology is incorrect there, but I believe it was a standing switch, just reaching by, grabbing shoot up in between the guy's legs and then dragging him down. Maybe a pass, I don't know. Whatever. Wrestling terminology escapes me. It's all Funks and Turks and moss-covered three-handled family gradunzels. Like the Merkel. Or everything's named after one guy that did it in one tournament 25 years ago. And everyone just knows what it is. Alrighty, cross-heel hold from Volk. Back to the cross-heel hold. Come on, fellas. Catch. Double catch. Oh. Volk's given up on his. And as has Kopilov. Knee bar from Volk? No? Not bothering for your standard old everyday knee bar. Going to a weird calf slicer variant. The one that he submitted Akira Maeda with. Kopilov back rolls in order to escape. Peeling apart the grips of Vulcan. Oh, going for an armbar with the leg trapped. And escape from Vulcan. I think that's definitely something I'm going to steal. The armbar with the leg trapped that Andre Kopilov used on Nikolai Zuev and just used there. Oh, spinning back chop and a knockdown from Volk. But yeah, it's so rad. Looks so painful. Just ties the other guy up in knots. There's nothing you can do about it. Nice front kick from Kopilov. Knocks down Volkan. Trading downs. Oh, and circling like a predator. Side kicks from holding onto the oh, rolling knee bar, ugly roll, just face plants Kopilov into the canvas there. Hammerlock from Kopilov. Escape from Volk. Oh, Volk misses the escape chance. Into the armbar from Kopilov. Kopilov is the definition of old man strength, as far as I'm concerned. Trying to hit that armbar, and our man Vulcan escapes. All right. Kadashi Higi single leg crab attempt here from Volk, and break from the referee. Alright, let's go. Interesting. What is this? Kopilov just essentially gave his back to Vulcan, but Vulcan's hanging out politely and letting him do his nonsense. Spread eagle toe hold from underneath. Oh, the tap! Holy shit! Not the most impressive hold, but you know what? We'll accept it. Alrighty, and your winner! Holy shit, it is our man, Andre Kopilov. And yo, Zach George, unfortunate timing, bro. We are just about to wrap up the stream. I hope you guys all like that. That was a rad match, that one there. I quite like that, and I'm probably going to watch that one again in my free time. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I'm just going to hit pause here. Yeah, sorry, time has come for us to finish. I'll do a little bit of a spiel and then I'll go on and get on with my life. Thanks everyone for tuning in for this episode of randomly streaming a Rings event. I hope you guys are all surviving during the times of global plague and doing well. As always, I have t-shirts available for quite cheap. It turns out to be about $24 to $25 US, like in terms of the shirt and for shipping, and I make them myself with these hands and those screens you can see on the shelf behind me. Also, if you're interested in some pro wrestling gear, I currently make some. So I make some sort of ring-style gear where the foam is a bit thinner and everything looks fancy. Like these ones are UWF ones. These ones are mine. I also do shooter-style gear, so with a thicker, denser foam, like that sort of Muay Thai kick pad stuff. I do knee pads, I do trunks, I do biker shorts, I do kick pads. So buy some shit if you want to do that. It'll all be custom colored to your stuff, and I do it very cheaply comparatively. Thanks very much for tuning in. Watch one of my highlight videos, especially the Andre Kopilov one, because I thought that was rad. And I shall see you all in the near future. And let's just stop doing that thing.